This is my journey going from 2K per month to 25K per month, going from engineering to remote high ticket sales in 90 seconds. Got fired from engineering, realized I had to find a new path. Spent a year working minimum wage jobs, working in multi-level marketing. Absolutely bombed at that, but I got a foundation in sales and I ate shit and I committed to the skill set of being an incredible salesperson no matter what. I was invested. I listened to books, I listened to trainings, I stuck with it. This was back in 2020. The pandemic hit, I lost my job and I had to figure out a new path. And so I found out about remote high ticket sales. I invested in a mentor. I dropped $8,000 on a credit card that I did not have that money and I was totally terrified. I went all in on myself. I studied so freaking hard and I was applying to jobs and I got my first job in about 90 days or less in remote high ticket sales. Very first month remote high ticket sales, I made like 8.5K, which for me was obviously more than minimum wage, and also it was more than what I had back when I used to be an engineer. What that showed me is like, wait, this industry of selling coaching and info products is freaking real. And guys, this was way before there were all these like young guns on TikTok and on IG Reels and whatever, all that shorts. Like it was a lower key industry at the time. And so I tripled down, I went all in, and I went from 2K to hitting 25K months. And for me, that was life-changing in many ways. But during that time of getting from point A to point B, I lacked peace and I was like a super chaotic, anxious human being. And nowadays, what I'm most passionate about is helping people continue to evolve in their sales and their influence, but also learning how to be peaceful, present, and detached in their life. Because I believe that there's different kinds of freedom, and one of the types of freedom that most people lack is emotional freedom. Meaning that even though they have the money or they're making money, they still lack freedom because now they're worried about losing the money or they're worried about the next problem and they just can't be present. And guys, reality check, that fucking sucks. To actually go through all the work to get to success and then feel empty or still feel anxious. It's like, what was the point if you still feel like crap? And I think the biggest thing that's helped me is, it's going to sound woo-woo or crazy, but developing a relationship with God, right? Because if you don't have something bigger than yourself, something more meaningful than yourself and your woes and your doubts and your worries, then it's just easy to get rocked by the anxiety of sales and by business. Like, that's so easy. You have to have something that you're rooted in, grounded in, or you're going to get worked in the business world. So I encourage you, if you're in sales, to figure out what grounds you, right? Figure out what gets you stable, because if you don't, you're going to freaking hate the journey. At least I did. If you have any questions on that, feel free to DM me and I'm happy to help.